Yes, guys. I'm going to start my walking video in the Gun Hill Signal Station in St. George. First of all, we are overlooking the southmost southern part of the island. From here, we can see the south, east, and a bit of the west as well. Right now, we are looking into the center and the south. We are looking into the St. George Valley. This green space ahead of me is the St. George Valley. And you can see the Constant Road and St. George Secondary School, which was established in 1972. We can see all over the St. George Parish Church. We can see the tower for St. George Parish Church. And we can see all over to the Glebe area, the Glebe Polyclinic. We can see all down to Tate Hill and Workman's area in St. George. And we can see this, and we can see all into Bridgetown, which is the capital. We will see the Central Bank of Barbados, and we can see the Hilton Hotel, which is situated along the southwest coast of Barbados, within the Carlisle Bay area, 2 minutes south of Bridgetown, and it's also part of the Garrison Historic Area and UNESCO World Heritage Site. And we can see all into the Bridgetown Port and Deepwater Harbor as well. You can see some cannons here as well. And we can see again some of the gantry cranes in the port, and we can see also Roberts Manufacturing at Lower Estate in St. George. And we can see the Sun Tours and so on. Sun Tours is a tour bus company, also in Lower Estate in St. George. And this is the diner here where you can sit down and have your meal. This is the place where you serve the beverages and so on. And again, Gun Hill is situated 700 feet above sea level. A better view now. Overlooking, we can see a better view of Roberts Manufacturing, which is the manufacturer of dog food and butter and margarine, gloss-fed margarine. Roberts Manufacturing was originally in Government Hill, St. Michael, but sometime between the 80s or the 90s, I'm not sure, they moved to Lower Estate in St. George, which is just after you pass Charge Road Bridge, heading towards Huddersfield Turning or Lears, you will come across Roberts Manufacturing. This is Roberts Manufacturing here. It can be seen from miles away across the island, especially when you go up to look up points like this. You can look and see Roberts Manufacturing. And you can see all onto Lears and Kenwood Road. So this is where you sell the beverages and the food and so on. Again, this is the diner where a person can sit down and have lunch, breakfast, lunch, whatever. This is you get the bathroom facilities here. I'm now heading toward the signal station itself, which gives awesome views, even more awesome views. Again, Gun Hill Signal Station. Gun Hill was one of the 6 original stations constructed in the first 2 decades of the 19th century. They were built following the Slave Rebellion of 1816 for purposes of internal and external defense to warn approaching ships and sugarcane fires. Constructed so you can fires. Construction of the six stations, construction of the six signal stations was completed by 1818. The signal stations were located at Highgate in St. Michael, Gun Hill in St. George, Moncrief in St. John, Cotton Tower in St. Joseph, overlooking the East Coast, Grenade Hall and Dover Fort in St. Peter. By 1817, an additional 5 stations were erected around Bridgetown, namely Commercial Hall, Queen's House, Government House, Central Police Station, and Needham's Point. Genesis of signal stations and lookouts. Concepts of lookouts and signal stations. To raise the alarm of an impending threat from the sea or land is centuries old. It is claimed that in 1588, when the Spanish Armada was sighted in the English Channel, hundreds of bonfires It is claimed that in 1588, when the Spanish Armada was sighted in the English Channel, hundreds of bonfires were lit on hilltops across England to alert the country. Later, the French inventor Claude Chappe developed some semaphore method for sending messages by raising flags of all shapes, colors, and combinations. I've now reached the signal station itself. Now, a higher elevation, and you can see more of the island. We can see the Warrens area as well. From here, you can see all the Warrens area, where those big buildings are. To the western end is the Warrens area. And we can see the Mill House complex at Kenwood Road in St. Michael. So we're even higher now than before. We can see across to the Lion Sculpture here. The Lion Sculpture at Gun Hill, which is just below the signal station. And we can see to the south, we can see all across to the airport in Christchurch, which is southeast. The Granny Adams International Airport. We can see all down to Gun Hill Road. We can see all to the east of the island in the parish of St. Philip. This is the St. George Valley ahead of us. And you can see the Buckley Sugar Factory, which closed its doors in 2002. And you can see St. George Secondary School at Constant Road in St. George. And it was established in 1972. We can see St. George Parish Church in the Glebe. And we can see Charles Rock Bridge. We can see the Hilton Hotel from here. The Hilton Hotel is situated 2 minutes south of Bridgetown along the southwest coast of Barbados. You can see all of the Walker, St. George, and all of the Tate Hill. And we can see the Central Bank of Barbados in Bridgetown and all the way to the Bridgetown Port and Deepwater Harbour. You can see the western end of the island, and you can see all into the Warrens area, which is known as the city, away from the city where those tall buildings are. You can see the Mill House complex at King Garden. We can see the Chaffet Warehouse, which is at Layers in St. Michael. Chaffet Warehouse is at Layers, and next door to Chaffet Warehouse on the same compound will be the Frosty's Ice Cream Parlor. Frosty's is also a property of Chaffet. So that is the manufacturer of the Chaffet foods, and we can see all up to the Grandview Heights and Shop Hill, where I often give you guys a bird's eye view. We can see all up to that area in St. Thomas. We can see all up to Vaucluse in St. Thomas, and all up to Ashford, also in St. Thomas. That is the road that takes you by the Harrison's Cave. We can see all up to Westman Hall. We can see all up to the Harrison's Cave area and the antenna for the CBC. For CBC, which is the state-owned radio and television station, the CBC antenna is situated in Sturgis and St. Thomas. And there's a signal station here as well. So you can see the cannons. cannons here. This is the Gun Hill Signal Station, opened by the Right Honorable John Jeffrey Michael Manningham Adams, Queen's Counsel. That is Tom Adams, who was the Prime Minister, second Prime Minister. His name is John Jeffrey Michael Manningham, but he's referred to by many as Tom Adams. It was restored by the Barbados National Trust. It was opened on the 24th of November in 1982. And this is also a Barbados National Trust property, building of historic interest. Yes, the Gun Hill Signal Station in 1982. This is the restoration of the signal station in 1982. And through this window, you can overlook St. George Valley again. This is even a higher elevation than Grandview Heights. This elevation is higher than Grandview Heights. There's a sign here, an old map of Barbados. This is the same thing I read just now. The genesis of signal stations and lookout within the context of the Atlantic world. The concept of lookouts, towers, and signal stations to communicate or raise an alarm of an impending threat, either from the sea or land, is centuries old. It is said that in 1588, when the Spanish Armada was spotted in the English Channel, hundreds of bonfires were lit on hilltops across the country to alert the English of that threat. By the early 19th century, when Britain and its colonies were engaged in the global war, revolutionary and later Napoleonic France, a new invention in coastal defense became part of this system of alerts. The Martello Towers. Though Barbados never had any Martello Towers, it did possess a prominent lookout tower, which was constructed as part of St. Anne's Fort and served as a lookout for large areas of the island's south and west coast. Some more historical memorabilia here. All here. And here's a gun, a rifle, or a gun. It's like a rifle. Some gun, some weapon. It may not be a rifle. Another view of the signal station. Another map. The sign said RH. Prince Edward plants a Sixium malacense tree at Gun Hill Signal Station on Sunday, March 1st, 1987. Another lookout view here, overlooking the St. George Valley and the south and east of the island as well. You can even see the lion sculpture once again, just below here. You can see all up to the airport in Christchurch, which is southeast. The big round ball at Hopefield in Christchurch. This is just opposite the airport. Hopefield is the district opposite the airport. You can see it from here, and you can hear the church bell from St. George ringing. St. George Parish Church bell rings every 15 minutes. It is electrical. The bell there at St. George is electrical. And we can see across to St. Thomas from here, which is another central parish, all up to Ashford, where you do that the road that takes you by the Harrison's Cave. We can see all up to that area, all up to Harrison's Cave area. This is the kitchen. This was the kitchen here. Here's a bit history of the kitchen at Gun Hill. Another view view again in the St. George Valley. This was the stove and the equipment used in the kitchen. So I will conclude my video here for now. So thanks for watching and have a blessed evening.